Hey guys, this is Carlos Dubon from Brothers Dubon, and today we'll be working on a 2019 Chevy Traverse, and we'll replace the rear drive shaft torque tube. We're gonna start removing all 6 bolts that goes from the tube to the rear differential, and we'll need a 13mm socket for this. Also have in mind that all the torque specs of all these bolts that we're removing are gonna be almost at the end of the video. For the long bolt that goes from the tube to the body is gonna be a 21mm. Now let's start separating the tube from the differential with a chisel and a hammer. After you do this, we're gonna move to the next step. That will be removing the 2 bolts that grabs the carrier's bearing. Also, one thing that I didn't do during this job, but on all data it gives you recommendation on do a mark where the guides goes, one that is behind the tube from the differential, and the other one is where it goes into the drive shaft. Just try to mark it, because when you put it back it's gonna make it easier, but if you don't do it, it's okay, but it's just gonna be a little bit harder to find the guide. Now you can remove the 2 bolts that goes into the carrier's bearing. Also, just be careful, because once you separate these 2 bolts, the rear part from the tube to the differential is gonna separate completely, and it may fall down. So try to get help from somebody else, or just be careful it doesn't hit you by accident. So this is the last step to remove the torque tube from the shaft. So again, you're gonna need a chisel and a hammer. You gotta hit it a couple times. So as I said before, try to get help, because it's gonna fall down. And there's a special tool for this. I didn't have it, but I'm gonna put a link on it. So here are the part numbers for this torque tube. You can either buy new or use. It's up to you. Also, I almost forgot to mention that there's a gasket between the tube and the differential. Just make sure it comes with a new part. If it doesn't, then just buy the new one. Let's install the new part. First of all, we're gonna insert it where it goes into the drive shaft, and then we're gonna put it where it goes into the rear differential. Also, just make sure it goes correct into the guides on both sides. Just a quick reminder that if you have any questions or you need help, please leave a comment and we'll try to answer you as soon as we can. And please subscribe because that supports our channel a lot. Thank you guys. Once the shaft from the tube is all the way in both sides, one from the drive shaft and the other one from to the differential, then you can start putting the 6 bolts that goes from the tube to the differential. Install the 21mm bolt that goes from the tube to the body of the vehicle, and then you're gonna put the 2 bolts that grabs the carrier's bearing. These are the torque specs just for the 2 bolts that goes into the carrier's bearing. These are the torque specs just for the 21mm bolt. Last but not least, these are the torque specs for the 6 volts that goes from the tube to the rear differential. Well guys, I hope you like this video. Please subscribe and we hope to see you into the next one.